And so we will start with Shesko. Shesko, are you present? DJ, you can sit down.
Actually, the time given to us is 12:30. We just came around, and right now I'm the only person in the house. So, but if you want to take us, we can.
Why are you the only?
We are supposed to be here.
Section 80 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, with the principal purpose of authorizing expenditure for the peace, security, and good governance of the nation. This 2023 budget, as a matter of urgency, focuses essentially on improving research capacity base, robust collaboration between Shesko and industries, commercializing scientific research findings, thereby generating massive wealth for the nation and the citizens domestically. Shesko can significantly contribute to job creation for this nation in science and technology. SHEDA, Science and Technology Complex, is the National Coordination Center for all advanced academic research and specialized research in physics, chemistry, microbiology, among other researches, and is saddled with the onerous task of driving the growth of scientific knowledge in the nation that ought to ultimately transform our science, technology, and innovation sector. But to what extent are these laudable objectives being realized is the subject of debate. This is the last budget hearing in the life of the 9th House of Representatives. It offers a unique opportunity for an honest interaction to setting the pace for the future of Shesko's viable operational existence and how the nation can optimize its domestic research efforts and commercialization. Shesko holds the key to scientific discoveries that will transform this nation from third world to industrializing nation. Since this agency is an offshoot of the academia, we hope that Shesko will live up to the expectation for its establishment. Breakthroughs in research are novel, but until such are commercialized, individuals and the nation cannot benefit from such ingenuity. This committee urges the DG to seek counterpart donor funds for science research, as this will in no small measure boost Shesko's actualization of its mandate. Furthermore, breakthroughs from successfully concluded research should be commercialized without further delays. To accomplish the preceding, Shesko should seek interagency synergies and partnerships with industries. The committee believes that these tasks are achievable considering the DG's impressive dossier in scientific research on the international level. On this note, I request the DG to justify Shesko's 2023 budget estimates in line with our correspondence on the subject. DG Shesko, I want to, first of all, state that we have been on oversight to Shesko several times. And the last time we were there, we saw you were in the process of building a building. I believe that is an extension of your admin office. That's the main admin office. Now, this year, we were hampered from going on oversight due to insecurity because Shesko has been attacked by bandits. Am I right? I mean, Sheda Complex. Sheda Village. The village has been attacked by bandits. And so members of this committee could not conduct oversight. I'm calling on security forces to do more to keep Sheda secure so that members can conduct oversight, and anybody who wishes to freely go to that Sheda village or anywhere near Sheda, where government has invested so much in building this science and technology intact. The lives of our staff, such as yourself, is also very important to us. But having said that, I must commend you, because the last time we were there, we saw a lot of improvement on what I saw previously. So I want you to keep on with the good work. In spite of all odds, I think you're doing well. Thank you. But let us find out What are some of the breakthrough researches you've done? I know last time, when I was there in the last assembly, you had sickle cell drug. Has the sickle cell drug been certified by NAFDAC? Because it wasn't certified by NAFDAC. And some other breakthroughs have not been commercialized. So you see, my speech is mainly, first of all, give us a brief rundown of your activities and tell us how far you've gone in meeting your mandate before you give us an estimate. Thank you.
Actually gone far with that. And we strongly believe that because one of the problems we had was doing a proper clinical trial and also doing some clinical toxicological tests that we are supposed to do, and we have done those things right now. So, and the registration with NAFDAC has commenced seriously. Again, I have to thank you for what you said about the security of the place. The new building you are talking about, we have entered it. We are now using it as our administrative block. Again, for security, SHESCO, we applied to the president on issue of the security of the place, and I'm happy to announce that we are giving a kind of intervention to fence the place. So that will start very soon. We have not actually commenced, but definitely that will go. And at the same time, it gave us the opportunity to at least have street lights the whole of the place now, so that if there's any movement in the night, you can. And some of the facilities now, we are installing CCTVs to make sure that, like as I'm sitting down here, if there is any movement at some of the strategic places, I will receive a kind of alert in my phone to be able to say this is what is happening at this particular point. So some of these things we have done, and we are taking care of those things. The budget proper, the document we submitted, we'll see that in page 1 we have the details of the 2022 personnel budget. From page 2 to page 3, we have the details of 2022 overhead budget. And then page 4 to 6, we have the details of 2022 capital budget. And then the details of personnel for 2022 appropriation bill is on page 7. And then the overhead estimates, page 8 to 9. So if we take the personnel, which is on page 1, the salary, what was approved for us last year for salary was 692,853,337 naira 61 kobo. That was salary. Therefore, non-regular allowances, we have 110,070,563 naira. And then for NHIS, 34,167,799 naira 83 kobo. Then for the contributory pension, that is the employer's contribution, we have 68,335,599 naira 65 kobo, giving us a total of 905,427,300 naira 9 kobo. We have
on page 2 the details of what we have for the overhead. Our total overhead for 2022 was 132 million approximately, and we have the details of how the budget lines where these things are stated. Then on page 4, we have the capital. We actually try to look at it this way. The capital proposal for Shesco last year, or this year, is 512 million. 624,570 naira 75 kobo. And the details of the budget lines are stated on this page 4 to page 6. We have the details. And then on page 7, we now indicate the budget line as contained in the appropriation. So, and that, both the personnel, the details just on the appropriation is page 7, and others you can get them from that to page 16. Now, if we go to page 17, which has to do with the summary of our 2023 budget proposal. The capital for 2023 is 1,651,202 naira.
Hello? Just point of order. I think we are the one percent for the chair has gone. I have a point of order there. You want to stop at 22? DG, from your submission submitted to this committee, you see, you are here for budget defense. And this entails that 2022 must be okay before you proceed to defend your proposal for 2023. For me, your submission is incomplete based on the fact that we are working on a law. National Assembly is an institution of lawmaking. And Section 88-89 of the Federal Republic of Nigeria entails or gives us power to oversight and also appropriate. On your submission, as you said, for 2022, you have a personnel totaling 905. We know personnel is already being captured by gimmists. It's not your own proportion. So if you have anything to deal with that, we contact the Accountant General Office. But for overhead and capital, which are primary responsibility of our institutions to do, you said you have given 132 million for overhead from page 2 of your submission, which you have provided detail, line by line. But for your capital, you see, when you go to your capital, you said, that is, I think, page 9, from page 10, the first line items, when you see it, you write under narration, you first explain the first narration. All other ones coming down, we didn't know why the project is cited. How you do it is unknown. So we need to know. Because, as you said, the first narration was Shader Science and Technology Complex, Abuja. You write account code, account name, this and this, this and that. You see, what we are after is, first of all, you have to attach your appropriation act. Because it is that act that will guide the members of the assembly on what amount they were given to you at that year. And that appropriation must be signed by both chambers to testify that it is a law. It's different from the proposal you attach. That proposal is by the OJT. Because anybody can raise up and tap something similar to that. That's why the chairmen of both two chamber of appropriations, they do sign the budget so that to testify that, yeah, it is illegal. So you have not provided us with the attached signed budget to testify that these figures you put are correct and are actual. So on this capital, we need more and more explanation because this is a taxpayer money given to you for you to spend them the way it is. And the extent of lawmaking, we're here representing the whole 200 million people, represented by 360 members, rose from each part of the country. So we'll be able, like myself now, I represent Sokoto State here, under this Committee of Science and Tech. So I'll be able to go back and tell my people that, yeah, Sheda was given this kind of money, and they spent this money the way you went then, because I'm representing you, I've seen the way they did it, they do the job, so I'm satisfied. Short of that, we're not clear. So, DG, you need to provide more detail on this fund you receive from the Accountant General Office. That's my submission, Mr. Chairman.
To budgets of the Sheda. I think the DG, you link inwardly into all these questions, and let us have your overview, or let's have your intakes. But before you go ahead with other explanations or from the various colleagues, let's know our members that are just coming so that they can introduce themselves. Thank you.
Honorable members, the first question has to do with what is actually this non-regular allowances. You know, SHESCO is a kind of specialized place, and there is a non-regular allowance we receive known as a high-risk allowance. So government budgets for that annually. And like it has been mentioned, we are not in control of the money. It's paid through GIFMIS. So that is that allowance. And definitely, allowance cannot be more than, you know, most of the new, this thing is consolidated. All other allowances, other than that special allowance, is contained in the personnel. Yeah, thank you very much. Now, on the what we submitted, based on the letter of invitation from the committee, we were expected to submit a 2022 appropriation proposal, not the act. All the things we are asked to bring here are what we submitted, the appropriation, and not what came out of the National Assembly.
Hey, DG, you know, sorry, you are not saying that you are not correct with what you are saying. But this is a place where we have a commitment from the members. It depends on you.
What I'm saying, Chairman, the point of order, whether a question is raised to you because someone asking you may make a mistake. What I'm saying now, that Appropriation Act is the law guiding us. you have to attach to it so that we testify that the figures you wrote or submitted to the committee are correct. For example, you see, when you attach it here, from your line, from this your detail of capital that you have submitted in page 4.
My Honorable, please don't be annoyed.
It's not annoying.
I'm not offended.
It's not annoying. This is the way I talk.
Okay.
You're not an informal lecturer. So that's how I talk. Yeah, so, and from academic to here. So what I'm saying, you see, we are guided by law. Anything out of law is insequential. You are asked to provide or to come for proposal. You propose. Members go through your proposal, correct, and approve. When they approve, it becomes a law. That's why the chairman of application of the two chambers signed. Because anybody can just get up, go to the typewriter, or go to the computer and print whatever. But when you attach the law will now guide us that, yes, on this budget line, the law approved 10 million. How did you spend 10 million is what you're going to do. That is, if it is fiscal infrastructure, you have to provide the procurement process you made to get the contractor. How do you award it? Is it a qualified company? Yes. It is not a qualified company? Yes. How did you pay him? Did you short him payment? Up to the final conclusion. That's what we need. After we satisfy, so that we'll be able to tell our constituent that, yes, out of your money you raised from your tax, some portion were given to social agency, and the DG of that agency has done it well. That's what they need from us. We are representing them. Instead of 200 million people to come to Abuja, but they say no. Select 360 people. Let them represent us. Whatever they are doing on our behalf. That's why we're here. So you are given 10 million. You should be able to explain to the National Assembly that this 10 million were spent in order, so that we will now approve another law, another sum in Saskonya, so that the work will be done neatly. That's the only thing. If you are able to explain this, there's no problem. We'll go through your 2023, then add more money. And from there, we'll see that in this portion, you are given 10 million, but it's not enough. We'll be able to add and make it 20 million. Just for example, you say you have gotten intervention. We have to know how much did you get.
Honorable Yabo, I myself with all the things said by my colleagues. You are the one wasting our time. Because, yes, it is essentially compulsory. Let me put it that way. It's absolutely necessary for you to attach signed budget. But if you are before the parliament and someone is telling you you don't have the signed budget, you have the code. If anyone is in doubt, the person will go and look at the code to know the amount of money budgeted. You are wasting ourselves, time. Instead of which to tell him, yes, you did not attach the signed budget, all the things you have the codes there. So if anybody, either EFCC, ICPC, Parliament, they will just look at the code. So sometimes, and maybe next time you don't allow yourself to be treated.
It's okay, sir. We have not actually attached, and the reason is because we are not. But we are
sorry. Give
yes, sir.
Simple explanation.
Yeah, we have not attached. We take note of that, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
For 2023, for 2023, we have a total capital of 1 billion 27,651,202, and then our overhead 282,610,842 naira, whereas the personnel is 900 million 887 naira. So we have a total budget proposal of 2,211,149,473 naira 75 kobo. On page 18, we have the details of the personnel budget proposal. We have the NHIS, which is 34,364,231 naira 87 kobo. Whereas the salary is 702,195,952 naira 58 kobo. Then the contributory pension is 67,310,391 naira 30 kobo, whereas the non-regular allowances is 97,016,854 naira, giving the total of 900,887,429 naira 75 kobo. Then the overhead details are given. That's from page 19 to page 22. We have the details of the overhead. Then on page 23, we have the capital budget proposal. And we have that from 23 to 26. We have that from 23 to 26. That's essentially what we have. And I may add here that the personnel, we intend to see if we can increase the numerical, that's the nominal role of SHESCO. We have been working on this for quite some time, but it has not materialized. So we are hoping that in the incoming year, considering the fact that at least the president has made the pronouncement of lifting the ban on employment, so we may key in here because we are actually having problem with staff strength. Most of the labs, you now discover that some places you have top heavy, and very few people down. So in that case, we need, including the medium staff. So these are what we have. And again, you see that if you check our overhead, for diesel alone, we have about 100 and something out of the 282 million given to us as overhead. We are giving about 100 million just for diesel, because there we generate our own power, more or less. And for us to work, because we have done a lot of things this year, and we don't want to go down again, because the moment there is no light for some hours, especially the biological materials, you may lose them. And that's why we have that. And again, if you check our capital, also, we also have some reasonable amount given to power, because what we have
a very good landmass there, and we intend to have a solar farm to be able to power, is particularly our biotechnology lab. So that, because they deal with a lot of living organisms. And some of these living organisms, the moment they stay in an unconducive atmosphere, the next thing you see, some of them will mutate. And when they mutate, you find out that what you had there initially is different from what you are now having. And you may think that you have the same thing, but it has changed. So that is why having power 24/7 is quite interesting and very important for us to be able to achieve our mandate, particularly in the area of advanced biotechnology. Thank you.
Proposed by SHESCO for 2023. We therefore move for the adoption of this budget proposal. You made a statement of personnel. It's unfortunate that SHESCO is short-staffed. Such a research institution of this magnitude should have enough hands on ground to carry out the researches that is demanded. So the committee will give you full support. Any support you need in ensuring that you have adequate research personnel will be provided by this committee. So please let us know how we can help you. We will definitely do that to ensure that you meet the needs of your manpower. On that note, you may take a bow and leave us for now. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you.